Hello and welcome back. So, at the time of recording, Trailblazer League has been out for about 5 days, and plenty of people have been getting stuck into it. I think the total amount of online players over the weekend hit something like 170,000 players, which is the best that the game has ever seen. So, it's definitely drawing in a lot of new people and getting them to play a lot online at the same time. Um, I figured I'd give you a sort of brief rundown of what I've been doing with my character in those 5 days and what my plans are as well. Um, Unfortunately, a lot of my clips got corrupted. Still trying to work out why that happened, but um, so yeah, unfortunately, you've got to make do with me rune crafting, me fishing, a few things like that, and there should hopefully be some screenshots in there as well. Um, so first things first. Um, a little bit of an explanation about what leagues is. So there was one last year, which was the Twisted League, which was basically every player was an Iron Man confined to Zaya. This time around, as you can see on the screen just then, is you get to pick your regions and you get to pick relics as you did before. My first relic was Endless Harvest. Not a big fan of bank trips and things like that. I I suppose I can argue with you guys until the cows come home about which of the relics is the best one to pick. A lot of people prefer Production Master because it means that you can do an entire inventory of bows or something like that in one go. Saves a lot of time. The Skilling Prodigy one, where it boosts you by 12 in every stat or every non-combat stat, I can see the appeal of it. My reasoning at the time was that since levels are a lot easier to gain, that it wouldn't come in useful. I'm sort of regretting that a little bit now because I am finding crafting levels and herblore levels, things like that, difficult. Um, but I've made my choice now, so I've got to stick with it. So, what I've done for a few of the skills. Um, One of the first things I did was the Natural History Museum quiz, which instantly in Trailblazer gets you to 20 Slayer and 20 Hunter, which is a huge starting boost. I also did some agility really early on. 30 laps of Drainer will get you to 33 straight off the bat. Um, Obviously, mining and smithing go together really well, so I was mining a lot of ores in one go. Because I had Endless Harvest, I didn't have to bank, and then I would just do all of the smithing in one go as well. As you can see here, I spent a lot of my early runecrafting levels doing waters, then later I moved on to bloods, and also did cosmics towards the end. That was sort of what I was trying to work towards as it was anyway, because I needed them for enchanting jewellery. Um, the 20 hunter levels that you get from the history quiz instantly means that you can make oak birdhouses. So I started doing those very early on as well to try and get hunter up a bit. And all I did was buy some hammerstone hop seeds from the stall in Drainer so that I had plenty of seeds to put into the birdhouses to keep them going. For crafting, the only tanner that you can really access right at the start of the game is in Al Kharid, and I'm not taking desert, so I had to do a lot of clay to get me to level 40, and then you can access the tanner in the crafting guild, so I did a lot of that as well. So, a little bit more about my own choices. Um, I said earlier that you can pick your areas of where you want to go in the league. So as you can see here, I've picked Misselin and Asgarnia so far. Everyone gets Karamja for free, and you can't get to Zaya. I'm also going to go with Fremennik and Kandarin, probably Kandarin next. I did consider going Mauritania for the Slayer Helm and the Slayer Tower, but I think Fremennik is going to suit me a little better, to be honest. In terms of relics, as I said, I've already taken Endless Harvest, which basically means I don't have to bank. I've taken Last Recall, which means you can teleport back to where you've just left. Slayer Task, Rune Crafting Altar, even God Wars Dungeon. It's really overpowered. For the 3rd tier relic, I took Fluid Strikes, which is too powerful for me not to take. The range one was a close second, but I did go for melee in the end. For tier 4, I'm going to be taking Unnatural Selection. The way clue scrolls work in this is that currently you can still get clues that are based on Zaya, which no one can access, and you can get clue scrolls that are outside of your regions that you've picked as well. So it sounds nice, but it's not nearly as powerful as it is made out to be. For tier 5, I'm gonna go the Botanist. Seems to be the most powerful, and for tier 6, I haven't really decided yet. I need to do a bit more research and decide which one of them is going to work best for me, to be honest. So I said earlier as well about completing tasks. So you get a list of all the tasks you can do. You can sort them by area, whether you've completed them or not, their tier, and you have 10 points for a easy task, 50 for a medium, hard give 100, elite give 250, and master give 500. Okay, so you can see my sort of ending stats, for want of a better word. Just over 1.1k total, which I'm fairly happy with in the time that I've been able to play up for. Most of my combat experience has come from slaying and just sort of various killing of hill giants and things like that early on for combat experience. As I said earlier, mining and smithing go hand in hand, so a lot of that XP is pretty much matched up to the ores I mined. Knight's Sword quest gives 100,000, or gave me 100,000 experience because of my multiplier. My wood cutting is very high because of the amount of fletching I've done, and also I've got a lot of logs banked for birdhouses and also fire making. Fishing and cooking obviously go hand in hand as well. And the construction has just been wherever I can find planks, really. Agility, as I said earlier, I started off at Draenor Village and then continued in Varrock, as those were the only ones I had available at the time. I now have Falador as well. I do want to get to 80 agility for the variety of shortcuts that will be available to me. In this league, you don't lose any run energy at all. It's unlimited, so I don't need agility for that so much, but I would like access to a lot of those shortcuts. As soon as I get to Kandarin, I'm going to be getting my Dragon Scimitar, and then with the hopes of getting a whip later on, although obviously I need to train my Slayer a lot more for that. I'm also planning soon on doing some Karambuan fishing to get some good high healing food fairly early on, and then hopefully doing some lava eels, or not lava eels, infernal eels, so that I can get the Tockle to buy a Onyx, because I'm not taking Taranwin, if that's how you pronounce it. I think it is. I'm not going to be doing any Zora or anything like that, so my choices of places to get Onyx are very limited. But yeah, I mean, there are people who've got 2k total already, I'm sure, who are doing incredible at leagues, and I've seen streamers who are at God Wars Dungeon already and have completed the Inferno and everything like that. That's not the way I really want to play. I still want to enjoy it. I don't want to no-life it and get all these achievements really early on. I'd rather enjoy playing it. So I'm not worried about being too far behind them. I've made good progress, or I consider I've made good progress in the time that I've been able to play, so I'm happy with that. But I will be hoping to do more of these videos, perhaps once a week, just to sort of update my progress and what my plans are and things like that. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, comment if you want to see anything in a video in future, or if you've got any tips for me or anything like that. Any feedback at all is welcomed. You can follow me on Twitter. I'll put a link in the description. And I think that's about it, really. I'm going to go and crack on with some more leagues. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.